Hey, pool pros, do I got some news for you? The Talking Pools podcast is thrilled to have all of our apparel products by Revved Up Apparel. Our team looks sharp. We're ready to dive into every episode thanks to their top-notch gear. Want gear like us? Want to wear Talking Pools podcast gear? Head to RevvedUpApparel.com. Want your own gear for your service teams? Want to look sharp out in the field? Look, it's all about first impressions, and these garments kick ass. Go to RevvedUpApparel.com, or better yet, pick up the phone, call them at 904-860-2586 and say, I want my shirt. Tell them Rudy sent you. Again, 904-860-2586. Tell them, I want my Talking Pools podcast shirt, or I want shirts for my team. One or the other. Pick up the phone. Do it now. 904-860-2586. Don't miss out. Revved Up Apparel has you covered.
Anything you add to a pool will increase something, and everything will increase total dissolved solids, otherwise known as TDS. For example, a gallon of sodium hypochlorite, containing 2.34 pounds of solids, will add 12 ppm of free available chlorine to 10,000 gallons of water and will increase the TDS by 28 ppm. 15 ounces of trichlor, stabilized chlorine tablets, or granular, will add 10 ppm of free available chlorine to 10,000 gallons of water, but it will also increase the cyanuric acid by 6 ppm and the TDS by 10 ppm. Calcium hypochlorite added at a rate of 20 ounces per 10,000 gallons will add 10 ppm of free available chlorine, but will also increase your calcium hardness by 8 ppm and your total dissolved solids by 15 ppm. Even a cup of muriatic acid, containing 1.87 pounds of solids per gallon, will raise the total dissolved solids by 1.4 ppm.
Hey everybody, this is Rudy Stankiewicz. Welcome to Friday. Before we jump in, I want to say thank you because you are a badass pool ninja, water warrior, chlorinating, pH balancing, LSI calculating, algae killing, filter cleaning, pump installing, vacuum wielding, tile scrubbing, skimmer emptying, leak detecting, heater fixing, pool opening, pool closing, chemistry testing, cover managing, splash zone creating, backwashing, plumbing master, and overall backyard oasis crafting pool professional. And I am honored that you are taking time from your day to check in with me each Friday. Today, I want to jump right into it. I want to discuss something that comes up often, something that we talk about frequently, and that's how should we pay our techs? How do you pay your tech now? Do you pay them hourly? Are they on salary? Do you pay them per pool? These are the things that I want to look at. Mostly what I want to look at is the whole pay per pool thing versus an hourly wage. So I do want to get into that. If you've been doing this for a while and just want to double check, if you are brand new to the industry, or if you've been here for a minute and now it's time to finally bring on your first employee, this session, pay attention. We're going to cover some good stuff here.
Yo, what's going on? It's Pete the Pool Guy, Coachella Valley Pools. You already know what it is, what time it is. It's that tip of the day time. I know it's been a minute, but I'm at it again. Pete the Pool Guy with the tip of the day. Anywho, today's tip of the day is very simple and short and sweet and to the point. Talking Pools Podcast. Check them out. Talking Pools Podcast on Instagram. Listen to them on your podcast, whatever streaming you use. You want to get down to the nitty gritty in regards to pool chemistry, Talking Pools Podcast. You heard?
Tip of the day is brought to you by Coachella Valley Pools of Instagram.
Are you looking to upgrade your pool game? Well, you might want to check out Raypak's latest heat pump pool heating solution, Crosswind V. Picture this, a sleek, modern design that'll make your backyard the envy of the neighborhood with its contemporary look. Not to mention, this pool heater comes with an advanced control system and easy installation. Also, best-in-class serviceability, so you don't have to stress about a thing. Visit www.raypak.com/crosswindv to learn more about this product. Again, that's www.raypak.com/crosswindv to learn more about this product and how it will elevate your pool heating experience and bring you peace of mind in every swim moment.
Hey you! Here is our disclaimer. Rudy is a pool guy, damn it. He is not a labor law attorney.
As a swimming pool service company owner, hiring employees for the first time can be challenging. One of the more popular methods of paying the employees, like we mentioned, is per pool. They call that piecework. That's where the employees are compensated based on the number of pools they service rather than the hours that they work. So I'd like to do a detailed look into piecework compensation for swimming pool technicians as per the guidelines of the National Department of Labor. I want to discuss the intricacies of piecework, when hourly pay is required, and how to implement a fair and compliant system. I hope to equip you guys with the knowledge to make a very informed decision that can boost your productivity and ensures job satisfaction among your employees. With that said, first, there are a couple of different models of piecework pay. Straight piecework, that involves an employee being paid a fixed rate for each pool that they clean, no matter how many they clean. For example, you might be paying somebody $12 per pool. So whether they clean 5 pools or 15 pools in the day, they were paid or will be paid $12 for cleaning each one. Another type is called differential piecework. This is where employees are paid at different rates depending on their productivity. So in other words, you might have that $12 per pool model up to 10 pools. However, if that employee can get 15 pools in a day, now we move the pay for all of the pools up to $15 per pool. So they're getting incentivized based off of their ability to do more. Not just do more correctly. And then finally, we have piecework plus hourly rate. This is where there is a guarantee. The employees are paid a piece rate. However, they're guaranteed a minimum wage. So for example, if we're paying $12 per pool, but $20 an hour, and they only get one pool done, we're going to pay them the $20, not just the $12. Fair labor standards. The Fair Labor Standards Act, FLSA, sets the federal standards for piecework pay. According to the FLSA, the total compensation for piecework must meet or exceed the federal minimum wage when averaged over the total hours worked. This is crucial to ensure that employees are fairly compensated for their time. Additionally, the FLSA mandates that employees must receive overtime pay for hours worked over 40 hours in a week. That's calculated at time and a half. That's even if you only pay per pool. Over 40 hours gets them overtime. It is also important to consider state regulations, local regulations, any other laws that can vary or impose additional requirements beyond federal regulations. Remember, state laws, county laws, they're allowed to be more strict than federal laws. They just cannot be more lax than federal laws. So it is important to take a look at those local employment laws as well. To implement piecework pay for your employees, it's best to follow a very structured approach. Start by defining the tasks and rates. Clearly outline what tasks will be paid on a piecework basis, and then make sure you establish fair compensation. It is essential to track the hours worked meticulously to ensure compliance with minimum wage and overtime requirements. Calculating the regular rate of pay involves dividing total piecework earnings by the total hours worked. It is crucial to verify that the regular rate of pay meets or exceeds federal and state minimum wage. Additionally, calculating overtime pay is necessary. We do this by multiplying anything over 40 hours in a single week, the hourly rate, by 1.5. So let's take a look at an example. If an employee services 50 pools in a week, a 40-hour work week, at, let's say you're really generous, $50 a pool. I know. Just for the example, the total earnings would be 50 multiplied by $50. That would give us $2,500. The regular rate of pay would be calculated then by dividing the $2,500 by 40. That results in $62.50 per hour. Since the $62.50 per hour exceeds the federal minimum wage, then the employee is compliant. If the employer worked 45 hours, overtime would need to be calculated. The overtime hours would be 45 hours minus 40, giving us the 5 hours of overtime. What this overtime is paid on is based upon what the employee earned that week. So that goes back to the 50 pools at $50, giving us the 2,500 divided by 40, which is $62.50 per hour. We're basing the overtime off of that $62.50, which means that overtime hours would be paid at $93.75 per hour.
Rudy will be right back after these messages.
Jack's Magic Products is your industry leader in identifying, removing, and preventing stains. How? With a range of high-performance, eco-friendly products, keeping pools safe, clean, and ready to use all year round. The Jack's Magic 3-step program is a quick and effective way to remove stains and scaling. First, we identify the problem, then our top-quality products will remove the discoloration. Finally, our preventative solutions will keep your pool looking like new for much longer. Get helpful tips and check out our product catalog today at jacksmagic.com.
Pool Magazine is the hottest new publication for the pool and spa industry, featuring up-to-the-minute news on what's happening in the pool world in a fresh new stylized format with our mobile-friendly app. Pool Magazine is the app for keeping your fingers on the pulse of the pool industry. You'll find featured news, editorials, podcasts, videos, and more on the Pool Magazine app. Download on Google Play and the App Store.
Blu-ray XL is the power of minerals working for you. Reduce your overall chemical costs and labor up to 50% guaranteed. Whether you have 20 accounts or 20,000, Blu-ray XL's direct pricing and free shipping to the pool trade have you covered. Improving pool professionals' profit and work-life balance is what they do. Blu-ray XL, the real mineral purifier. Visit them at BluRayXL.com.
Blu-ray all day.
Perfect toss.
Aquastar's new pipeline cartridge filters, available in 2 sizes, deliver top-notch hydraulic efficiency along with best-in-class filtration performance, approaching that of DE filters. Uniquely designed open pleat spacing means 100% of the media square footage is usable, and these claims are backed by NSF test results. Designed with a pro's time and comfort in mind, the patented double locking system improves safety and ease of access, making filter cleanings faster than ever before. Available now. Ask your supplier for pipeline filters today.
That is amazing. I could actually go out and make money doing filter cleans if they were like this. If they were Aquastar filters out there, then I could be a filter cleaner girl.
We can do that. Make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
Todd? Love it. There you go. Awesome. Thank you, Jules the Pool Girl. Again, Aquastar Pool Products, pipeline filters. Super easy, right?
Super easy.
Overtime is paid on is based upon what the employee earned that week. So that goes back to the 50 pools at $50, giving us the 2,500 divided by 40, which is $62.50 per hour. We're basing the overtime off of that $62.50, which means that overtime hours would be paid at $93.75 per hour. The total overtime pay, again, it's based off of what they earned hourly that week, even though they were paid per pool. Even in a pay per pool system, a piecework system, there will be situations where hourly pay is necessary. That's going to occur during non-productive times. They have to be compensated at least the minimum wage for anything they do that is not cleaning pools, loading the truck, washing the truck, driving to the gas station, going to the distributor, pick something up, waiting at the distributor. The distance drive time between each of the pools, they have to be paid at least minimum wage to do these tasks because it's above and beyond cleaning a pool. So let me give you an example. If you have an employee go to a pool and they're ready to clean it, but for some reason they have to wait, I don't know. There's a truck parked in the driveway that needs to move. Maybe it's a torrential downpour and you want them to sit there and wait it out. You've got to pay them an hourly rate for that wait time on top of what they get for cleaning the pool when they get to clean it, when they actually get to do that. Setting fair piecework rates is crucial for the success of any piecework pay system. Take a look at what your competitors are paying. Make sure that you're in line with that. Make sure you're in line with the going rate. That's how you're going to keep your employees happy. That's how you're going to keep them Consider the complexity of a job. Take that into account when you determine how much you're going to pay them per pool. A small 5,000-gallon screened-in pool, salt water with in-floor cleaning, you can't pay somebody to clean a 30,000-gallon outdoor pool in a wooded area the same $12 that you would have them do the small pool. It doesn't make sense. It's not fair. Involve your employees in the rate setting process so they understand what's going on, so they know where it's coming from, and they know how these decisions are made. Monitoring and adjusting piecework on a regular basis is super important. It helps us to make sure that your rates remain competitive and fair. Be open to adjusting rates based on feedback and changes in the market or in company operations. Something could change at a house that makes a pool more challenging to maintain. That's not that same $12 pool. So don't just pay them the same rate across the board per pool. And don't forget, they need to be paid an hourly wage for anything they're doing that is not cleaning a pool, up to and including their drive time to get to that pool, or a wait time before they can start at that pool. Or if you have them stop to pick something up along the way, they have to be paid an hourly wage for that. Then, based off of their pay per pool, like we said a moment ago, take that week salary, whatever that works out to be, divide it by 40. That gives you that employee's hourly rate. If they went above 40 hours, we do the same thing, take what they made, divide it by 40. That's their hourly rate. And anything above those 40 hours, we have to pay them at time and a half based off of the per hour rate we just calculated for their week. Ensure your employees understand how piecework pay is calculated and that they understand their rights under the system. Provide training on time tracking and other administrative tasks to ensure that they maintain and you maintain accurate records of their work. There are a lot of advantages to implementing a piecework pay. We often see increased productivity. Employees are more motivated to complete more tasks. Labor costs become more predictable when they're directly tied to output, allowing for better cost control. High performers can earn more, leading to greater job satisfaction and, for you, better employee retention. However, there are also challenges to consider. Ensuring quality while focusing on quantity can be challenging, as your employees might want to rush through tasks to get more. No splash and dash. We have to stay on top of that to make sure this is not occurring. Navigating the legal requirements of piecework pay requires diligence and attention to detail. Variability in pay can affect employee morale, especially if some employees struggle to meet piece rates. Do understand, I am not a labor law advisor or an accountant, so do consult with these people as you sit down and build your piecework protocol. This keeps your employees happy and keeps your ass out of trouble. Don't go doing something just because, well, the guy on the podcast said. No, talk to somebody in this field. See how it applies to you. It's worth doing because I don't want to see anybody get in trouble, and I don't want to see any employee shorted money. It's hard enough nowadays to ensure compliance and best practices in your per pool payment plan system. Follow a legal compliance checklist. Verify that your piecework rates meet or exceed the minimum wage when averaged over the total hours worked. Calculate and pay overtime for any hours over 40 in a work week. Maintain accurate records of hours worked and piecework completed. Transparency is key. Keep the piecework pay system transparent and involve employees in discussions about rates and policies. Conduct regular reviews of the system to ensure it remains fair and competitive. Implement quality control measures to ensure the focus on quantity does not compromise quality. Implementing a piecework pay system in your pool service company can lead to increased productivity and job satisfaction when done correctly. It's a very popular way to pay people, but how many of us are actually paying correctly based off of everything we've just spoken about? Think about it. If you're not, let's get into compliance. Fairly compensate our employee for everything that they do, and let's keep our asses out of legal trouble. By understanding the legal requirements, setting fair price rates, and ensuring compliance, you can create a system that benefits both your employees and your business. Regularly review and adjust your system to maintain fairness and competitiveness, and always prioritize clear communication and transparency with your team. The Fair Labor Standards Act, FLSA, is a key resource setting the federal standards for piecework pay. Industry benchmarks are also valuable. Those offer insight into competitive price rates within the pool service industry. Transitioning to a pay-per-pool system can be a strategic move for your pool service company. By understanding the intricacies of this compensation method and adhering to the legal guidelines, you can create a system that enhances productivity, motivates employees, and maintains compliance with the labor laws. By thoroughly understanding the concept of piecework pay, the legal framework surrounding it, and the best practices for its implementation, you can effectively manage labor costs, increase productivity, and ensure compliance with labor laws. Regularly reviewing and adjusting your piecework pay system, maintaining clear communication with your employees, and involving them in the process will foster a fair and motivating environment. This comprehensive approach to piecework compensation will ultimately contribute to the success and growth of your pool service company. Implementing a piecework pay system involves a series of detailed steps, beginning with defining tasks and establishing piecework rates. It's crucial in hours worked to ensure compliance with minimum wage and overtime requirements. Regularly calculating the regular rate of pay by dividing total piecework earnings by total hours worked ensures that your compensation structure remains compliant with federal and state laws. This approach guarantees that your employees are fairly compensated for their work, which is especially important in maintaining morale and productivity. You don't want to rip off your employees. You don't want to fuck with their money. Just don't. If you didn't know, now you know. We can fix it. But otherwise, that's the one thing in business that I was always taught, is that you don't fuck with somebody's money. While piecework pay can be highly effective, it is also important to understand when hourly pay is necessary. Non-productive time, as I mentioned, such as time in training sessions, company meetings, travel time between jobs, waiting at the distributor, filling up with gas, washing the truck, loading the truck, all of those things, that employee should be paid an hourly rate, even if you pay them per pool for those tasks. So there are several advantages to implementing piecework pay. As we discussed, increased productivity is often seen. And again, employees are motivated to do more. But we want to make sure that they do more correctly. We don't want anybody to slack on quality in order to get quantity, because now we're paying them per pool. That could be a big problem. So we have to find a way to stay on top of that. Your labor costs do become more predictable because you know how many pools are out there. And this does give high performers the opportunity to earn more. It's based on not how many hours, but what they do in a week. However, there are also challenges to consider. Navigating the legal requirements of piecework pay requires diligence and attention to detail. Variability in pay can affect employee morale, especially if some employees struggle to keep up. So keep that in mind when you're making these decisions. It's a lot to think about. Some folks decide just to go with the hourly rate, so that way they don't have to worry about being in compliance with all the legal requirements of paying somebody on a per pool basis. And there are quite a few, as we just discussed. For better information pertaining directly to your business, talk to a labor lawyer, pull up the FLSA report yourself to see how it applies to piecework and see how what you're doing fits in, and then set up that checklist to make sure that you remain compliant. And most importantly of all, even though you're paying them per pool, stay on top of, track the hours that employee is working out in the field, that employee is working each week. Those are the things that can come back and bite you if you don't. That's all I have for you guys this week. If you have any questions on any of it, please send me an email, talkingpools@gmail.com. If I use your question on the show, send you out one of these cool What the Flock Talking Pools hats. It's nice embroidered hat. Leave us a review. Give us 5 stars. Share us with a friend. Until next time, be good, be safe.